All right, guys, we're back after a moto crash, which is great. So probably no chance that playing while streaming or while recording that I can win this match in 15 minutes, but you never know. Hand's fine. We had to mull before we crashed. So let me see here. A little flustered trying to get everything back together after that. So we have a chance to get our red source here off Surveyor. Playing Surveyor on turn 3 is like basically the best thing you could do in this format. It feels like, oh, opponent agrees. Skeeter, as I heard him called. Wonder if that catches on or not. He goes to get a mountain, so like me, he is splashing. However, I'm going to need another land drop after this if I want to start casting these Kabus and eventually this Thorn Elemental. This is about as Dominaria as you're going to get, right? One play before turn 3, and it was an artifact, and then 2 people play Skittering Surveyors. That is not an expected card. My opponent played Corrosive Ooze. I don't really know what to make of that. Yeah, that's one of my least favorite cards in the set. So, hey man, might work for him. I'm down a card and losing tempo. Really would like to hit that land drop. I guess I deserve that. Memorials are good, but they're not infallible. So we'll have to get popped for 5 here. Hopefully that's the worst of it. The question is, next turn, do I play a Kavu of my own, or do I try an intervention his Kavu? It's going to depend on how much he develops his board this turn. If he doesn't play a considerable threat, then I'm fine hitting his Kavu, although trading Kavus also seems okay. Black decks often have a lot of recursion, though, so that could be a problem. He also has enough to candle my Kavu. That's fine. I guess I get rid of a Kavu and a Thorn Elemental. Feels like it's not going to help me come back in this game, but hitting land drops is fine too. Let's just kill his Kavu. See if we can stabilize a bit. Maybe draw something that can get us back into this. I'm definitely walking my Kavu right into the Blood Tallow Candle. Which makes me wonder if it's worth it to exile the candle. Opponent has 1 card in hand. They're definitely ahead on cards. So trading 1 for 1 is bad. Seems a bit aggressive. If I hold the candle, do you think they'll blow the candle on like the druid? They don't really have anything to do with that. That's fine. We'll run it out there. We're gonna get hit by the candle eventually, right? Unfortunately, they can do it this turn. And I imagine they will. Sure. So we're still basically a stall board with 2 cards in hand apiece. Okay, well. Double Skin Witch when you're already on the mall is kind of a death sentence. We're going to keep fighting. Opponent swinging out. We got to have something here. Because we have pretty positive interactions. Wild Onslaught, that's fine. At least we'll make him show it to us. I don't think we're in a position to like play around that. This format feels kind of unwinnable on when you mull. But my opponent, went up by a ton of cards. Maybe we board out the red. I guess keeping the board clear is ideal. Percent quality threats is good. So you can board out the red. It's not like we don't have removal. H Animus seems terrible here. I play Spiral over that. Let's play a Worm. I mean, can we try to grind here? The red feels like a real liability. Could play another Worm. Let's play Invoke the Divine. We saw a Candle. Didn't really see anything else, though. Could also splash Soul Salvage instead of Invoke the Divine. Also feels a bit loose. Is it really worth it? Play another Worm. Just like threats on threats on threats on threats. Maybe that's dicey against so many Skin Witches. To play a bunch of cards that I need to get to, but opponent mold makes me feel better. I mean, they're in my situation. Only 4-drop in the deck in our hand. This deck has turned out a little weird. We just don't have a particularly progressive game plan before, turn 3 or 4. But I guess actually like turn 4 or 5. The best thing we can be doing is playing the Knights and then Surveyors. So it's like, we're not super proactive. Oof. This is why these memorials are good, right? I have another spell kind of in my hand. Blessed Light seems fine. Maybe a way to get me all the way, keep me alive until I can play the Burn Up Force. I think I have to be willing to let him try and outgrind me here. I can always snap it off in response to something. I probably could have afforded to attack. Guess we could have played that Invoke. How do we feel about this Lotus? I think my opponent's too far ahead of me if I let him keep it. I mean, I feel like he's gonna. It's such a huge advantage to have the Lotus in play. Can't. I forgot the Bustle. I can't actually target it. I can't go up to the Soothsayer. It can sack to itself. Brutal. I'm really gonna have to pin my hopes to this Verdant Force staying alive, or God forbid me drawing like the way to recur it. This one's starting to feel out of reach too. Sure. I mean, in this matchup, the Skin Witches are just insane. He gets to cycle it too, on top of everything else. What are the odds he's going to Skin Witch me again? I have to play to that board though, right? Second Skin Witch? No. I guess we just exile the Phantom, right? And attack. But he draws a card off it, which is very annoying. We're definitely just going to attack with the Worm. He'd probably put the Skin Witch in front and then sack it. In which case I could... In that case, I could exile the card draw engine, but... Really would like to fade a Skin Witch here. Not feeling super lucky. Why not attack with the Soothsayer there and like... You know, I have to respect the candle, right, in that situation. All right, let's see if he's got a removal spell. Maybe I attack with the Worm there first. Blow him out with Blight. It's impossible to really blow him out, though, because he can just sack everything. Acolyte is a threat. Well, we made it to the point in the game where we have a live Verdant Force. Uh, that feels like the best thing that could happen, right? Can't actually activate the candle. If I attack, what does he block with? His Soothsayer? I don't think that's what he wants to do, right? Trade the Soothsayer for Worm? I wonder if he milled his only red source. Oh, well, he has the Lotus. So, we're in a powerful position on the board. I'm nervous about Verdant Force, seeing as how we lost with it last time. If he goes for it, +8, right? So he still has enough to sack the Soothsayer if he needs to. Soothsayer has been really annoying. I think I have to force him to. I mean, Acolyte's just too much of a threat at this point to just leave. Wow. He did not sacrifice it, and he conceded. Okay. Verdant Force is great. I felt like I guess I felt like that game was closer than my opponent did. So, Onslaught is a serious issue. I think the Invoke is now in play. The Worm was pretty good there, actually. Gift of Growth doesn't feel like it's doing anything significant. We have 2 spiders and 2 Gideon's approaches, so I don't feel like we need to pierce the sky. We haven't seen anything else big. All right, well, fast game 2. It's definitely positive for us. Sand's keepable. Man, am I so glad not to have seen like Atlanta War else yet. Except on my side. Imagine if Elfame Druid were an 03. Maybe it's just outright too good then. Like, maybe it's just too good. In this format where like having 3 toughness is great. Like, I don't know. I don't think he has fungal infection or he would have attacked, right? It's just gonna take it, right? We're ahead in the race. Kavu as a 2/2. Not where you want to be. I think we play Surveyor, fetch a land, play the land, have 2 mana up. We want to make sure that we deal our first strike damage there, so even if he has a trick, we get a card out of it. And got the concession. Well, how about that? So, 2-1. Should have gone 3-0, but had a horrible punt. I think my opponent maybe conceded a little aggressively there. I think they were still in the game, but got to be happy with the win. So thank you guys for tuning in for my first draft video. I'm super open to feedback, both about making the draft videos, but also about the decisions in the games. I'm hoping to create some engagement. I'm hoping to learn as a player. I'm certainly no pro level player. I'm hoping to use this as an opportunity to grow a lot as a player. So looking forward to hearing what folks have to say and getting your opinions and learning and enjoying some great Magic. So thank you for joining me. Hopefully I'll be able to put out some more draft videos and can make those readily available.